just when you thought you couldn't get more heated about these new arena store changes, well, Scopely drops these new raid season milestones with very limited access to Silver Surfer shards. And yes, community's very hot. Recruiting is getting very, very tough. Goofy, you got a couple different perspectives. You got a couple different accounts at different levels. So I'm very interested to hear your take about these new raid season milestones. And if you're ready to hear about it, guys, and some solutions that hopefully Scopely is listening to, Goofy, tell them what to do, brother.
Let's go smash it.
Yeah, baby.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin. I am joined by this guy, GoofyRhexxi, in studio, and we're discussing these new raid season milestones, Silver Surfer shards, only available to the top alliances that are hitting some crazy goals. All right, so let's go back to the blog post and get your reaction to this, brother, because this is the first thing we saw. Hurling your way next season is your chance to earn Silver Surfer character shards in the raid season milestones starting April 18th, which was yesterday. You're able to participate in Doom, Ultimates, and all these Greek raids with your lines to score points, hitting Silver Surfer shards. The big thing here, though, it's only going to be available for the next 15 seasons. No word of what is happening yet. All right, so before you saw these the actual milestones yesterday, what was your impression when you saw this? How many shards did you think that your free-to-play account would get? Your brand new free-to-play account. How many shards do you think would be appropriate for your bigger account that you put years into? And were you disappointed by what you saw?
Yeah, so for my beginner account, I didn't expect any shards whatsoever because we're a very young alliance. You know, level 63 account, I expected 0 shards. You know, I would have been surprised if we got anything. But for my main account, we're not killing it now, you know, but at the same time, we're getting at least 30 or so of those milestones. So I thought maybe potentially we might be able to at least get a minimum of 8, 10 shards, you know, potentially, especially over that 15 season stretch. You know, I thought maybe potentially that might be the case. And maybe my expectations were too high initially when I first saw this, but after probably giving it another day or so, I was like, this is probably not going to happen. And of course, shocked a little bit, you know, when I saw, well, not shocked, but a little taken back when I saw the actual milestones themselves, you know, yesterday.
I mean, this is Scopely we're talking about, right?
Yeah,
you can't be too shocked. You always gotta like expect the worst and hope for the best, and hope there's no bugs.
Absolutely.
So I guess that's a positive. There was no bugs with this, or none that I've heard of. So,
you know, that's a good thing. We got to give applause where like small applause, small.
What? Because they did their job. Because their QA did their job correctly this time. I mean, and it's not bugs that we have to deal with. It's just weird calculations on this.
This is weird, man.
All right, I wasn't sure what to expect. I guess where my alliance is, I'm kind of happy, but a lot of people very, very upset. And this is making it tougher and tougher to recruit. Now, the first thing that really made it tough to recruit was these Greek raids, no healing. Previously, alliances were able to recruit anybody that just wanted to play the game. Maybe their collection power was a little lower, but if someone was willing to spend cores on healing and use their raid health to heal up, you could kind of punch up within an alliance and compete even if you have lower collection power. Greek raids, no healing on these Greek raids difficulty 4 with that kind of eliminated that. So that took a big hit to recruiting. This is another big hit to recruiting because let me ask you, where are you finishing right now with your main account as far as your raid season milestones end, as far as points? Where are you guys finishing?
Yeah, so we're about 30 million, I think, was where we were. Well, that was my previous alliance. So we actually changed alliance. I changed alliances yesterday. You know, but you know, we previously before we're at 30 million. I'm suspecting that this alliance they're doing Doom raids, so most likely they're going to be able to do, you know, a lot more than this. But based on, you know, what we were doing before, I would be based on these milestones. 6 shards is essentially what, you know, we would be getting, you know, which is, like I said, you know, in the intro here, that's kind of what I expected to be able to get. So I guess those numbers are fine theoretically. I just feel like it's still too high, I think, just for other alliances in the game. I don't know.
Yeah, so we kind of did the calculations. 6 shards is where you're at now. And, you know, over 15 seasons, you guys should be getting more and more and doing more, especially if you guys are attempting Doom Raids. But 6 shards per season, that puts you at 90 over these 15 seasons. In addition to the 45 that you're getting if you complete all that initial strike pass, that'll put you at the 3-star unlock. Without spending any money as Silver Surfer, but it's a very, very long time unlock. What is this? 15 seasons, almost 6 months. So over 6 months, you're getting a 3-star character. Granted, this is a different kind of character that's actually usable at the 3-star level. Is that what we should expect? I mean, are players wanting more than they should, or is that way too little? I mean, based on previous releases, we're normally getting in a character release between a 4 and 5-star after their events, but 3-star after 6 months. Even if it's a good character, what was your reaction to that when you initially saw that that's all you would be getting?
Yes, I mean there's a few different aspects that I looked at. You know, when it comes down to it, right, you have a free to play community, which I think, you know, it's not just. Free to play is not just players who just started playing the game. I mean, free to play players are some who've been playing for 2-3+ years, and you know, you're looking at these numbers, and you know, not everybody might be in a top 1, top 2% alliance or top 10 alliance, right? Top 20 alliance.
Most people aren't. Most people aren't. Just by numbers. Just by mere.
Exactly. Just by mere numbers. So it kind of feels bad, right? That you're not gonna get. You're getting 150 shards, 90 shards plus the 45, right? So that's 135 shards. So that's still just a 3-star character. How are you going to be able to compete, you know, in your raids and in arena? Because we're going to start seeing a lot of Silver Surfers.
War, right?
War, right?
War is going to be the big thing if you're widening that gap. And I know we've been calling for more catch-up mechanics for new players, but this seems like opposite of catch-up mechanics, where you're widening that gap between longer time players that have these larger rosters, whether they're free to play or just been playing for a lot, or spending a lot of money, or just you know, because you can't have a big roster if you've been playing since global launch, even if you spent 0 money. Or if you started after that, you know, some dollars. It's a inverse relationship between the amount of money you have to spend and the amount of time that you have to spend to get a large roster. But this feels like opposite of catch-up mechanics, because as you go down here, you know, alliances are getting crazy scores with their alliances, and even with these raid season, and even down here, it shifts to get higher and higher. 3 shards as you get to these top levels, and I guess I haven't done the math on this, but it's probably 60% or higher on these Doom Raids, or potentially 100% of these Doom Raids every day to get those last few shards. But what I mean, is this the worst character release that we have had? When considering all the debacles with the offers, Silver Surfer, many offers. I mean, the amount of frustration has caused the community by people that were able to purchase. We had this debacle just this past weekend with the offers, some, you know, all over the map, the responses that I'm hearing with Silver Surfer, people being able to purchase it the 2 times like it's said, people only be able to purchase it once, some people purchasing it 5 times, and there's no clear message from Scopely that's aligned, because Cerebro's saying one thing, customer service is saying one thing, the in-game message is saying one thing, so it's all over the map. Plus the low shards we're going to be able to get for this character. I mean, Black Widow, Minerva, Colossus, Yo-Yo, Cull. You could go back with some pretty non-friendly releases to the player base. Is this the worst one?
I don't know if this is it's the worst one for a portion of the community, right? Because like I said, those free to play, even players who are willing to spend some money, right? This doesn't necessarily benefit them to be able to get an adequately enough stars on a character that is so impactful in the game, which is probably the reason why it is more difficult for you to get the shards on this character. But there's just been a lot of stuff that's gone on with Silver Surfer. The offers, you've already mentioned it already. You know, it's one of those things again where, you know, maybe reality is we're not able to focus on the reality of it because it's just the feel of it, right? It's perception, and a lot of the times perception, you know, defeats reality because of just the things that have gone on and things that have happened. So maybe mathematically, theoretically, this is probably right. This is an okay release, but just with all the stuff that's going on, and I will say this, Scopely has benefited from it, right? Because players are still spending money to get Silver Surfer, and you know,
record amounts. So as angry as everybody is, Scopely is like, we don't care. We're making more money than ever.
Exactly. So yeah, sure. Oops, we made a mistake and we're going to give you offers. Yeah, well, you still benefited because players are buying those offers, you know, as many as they possibly can. But I feel like it's just more of this. Just feels bad because, you know, like I said, a lot of players won't be able to get it. There's alliances that are going to get 0 shards, that are doing U7, that are doing, you know, those Greek 4 raids. They're going to get 0 shards, you know, by, you know, throughout these seasons. And that feels bad, right? You know,
It does. I mean, especially I'm looking at posts on Reddit. You know, people have been playing the game for over a year. I'm gonna get 0 in my alliance. I've been playing the game for over 2 years, and our alliance is gonna get 0 because I'm playing with friends. And now, if I want to get these shards, well, I'm going to have to leave my friends. I'm going to go with a stronger alliance. I'm not going to be able to play casually anymore. And I think that's what the problem is. You're leaving the casual player, the new player, the mid-game player, the free-to-play player. You're leaving this out of this. And I think including some shards, even if it's not going to get over the season that 3 or 4 star unlock, giving some shards, I think, is a better feeling-wise. And it won't break the game. So Scopely, yeah, this new strategy, I get it. I get why you're doing it. You're making more money, appeasing to the whales. But my question for you, is this a viable long-term strategy? If you're only appeasing to the whales, making money that way, free-to-play players not feeling as good, are you going to have anybody for the whales and these larger accounts to compete against if people are just leaving the game, alliances are breaking up, people are exiting that have been playing for a while, and then just this string of decisions. The arena store, this, not addressing red stars. I mean, we could go on, and especially these bugs. I mean, is this a little short-sighted what they're doing, but trying to just appease to the whales?
I don't even know if they're trying to appease to the whales. I think
I say whales, but I'm talking about people with larger accounts, and I get that confused. I know the community gets that confused, but when I say whales, I'm talking about larger accounts. So is this just trying to appease to them and appease to who is spending the money and kind of screwing everybody else?
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to control how many shards players are able to get. They want to go away from, because even top alliances they're not going to be able to get 7 shards on this character unless they release other $50 shard offers, right? Just based on the calculation.
They're gonna do that. You know they're gonna.
You know, I feel like what they're trying to do is that they're trying to control, you know, the amount of shards that players can get. They don't want you to be able to 7-star a character, you know, on day 2 of a character release anymore, you know. So I think that they're trying to control that, and it's causing more frustration because I think what I always go back to is this is a game. This is a game. We're trying to enjoy playing a game. And if you feel like things become too hard, right, for you to be able to get characters, you know, on top of the fact that there's other things like not releasing new content that's actually fun content, right? So the grind is just about getting character shards and a bunch of bottlenecks. You know, it's not good. I think earlier players should be able to get a piece of the pie, you know, because you're talking about, you did an article last week talking about, hey, we're having, you know, players who are logging in for 2 hours every day, which, let's be real, I mean, the amount of time that you have to spend in this game is a lot longer than 2 hours per day, you know, for you to be able to compete at a high level.
Competitive, yeah.
You know, so
casual players are kind of left in the cold out of this, and you need chance. That. You need casual players. You need players of all levels coming in because people will leave games, you know, even if they're enjoying it, life takes over. But I mean, with this recent string of decisions by Scopely, just making it less and less player friendly, more and more about money. I mean, I guess you can still have fun. You can still have fun with Marvel Strike Force, but being able to be competitive, I think, it's shifting to that pay to win model. Now I wouldn't want to just be complaining without providing any solutions. What would you think is the solution? And hopefully Scopely is listening to this part. What do you think is the solution to this? Where should the access to shards come from? We were talking a little bit about this before this. You said you're about 30 million or so per season, right? What are you guys doing as far as rates to get to that point?
So this was a previous alliance. So we were doing U7.5, 60%. We were doing Greek raids, difficulty 1, to be able to get that.
4.1 or
4.1, yes, sorry, 4.1. To be able to get those points. Now the alliance that we're in, we're doing U7.5 100%, Doom raids twice a week, and then we're doing difficulty 2. So I'm sure that we're going to be able to get a good amount of shots, right?
You're going to be higher than that. But what do you think should come?
And obviously,
if you're able to do Ultima 7.1 on a daily basis, is that
7.1? Yeah, 7.1 Greek.
Greeks in the
Greek
threes
one,
or
difficulty
Greeks in the
1.
fours?
No, Greek 4s for sure. There should be a cutoff. The only I'm not gonna say, oh my god, everybody who's doing rape. There has to be a cutoff somewhere,
right? It does need to end at some point. I mean, or just give it to everybody and make it so minuscule that unless you're doing the 7.1 and the 4.1, then it's not going to be any meaningful amount, but you could give away stuff to everybody. I guess that's kind of what they're doing in the Greek race. All right, so I'm kind of in line with that thinking. 7.1, 4.1, you should get access to at least what are we talking? 4 shards per season, 6 shards per season. Because 4 shards per season over the 15 seasons will be at that 3-star unlock if you're doing all of these strike pass things. So I don't know. These are numbers that I'm thinking off the top of my head. We haven't fully looked into all the different scenarios for what raids are doing. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. We're going to continue this. We're going to continue this conversation over on your channel, brother. But thank you for joining me in studio.
Yeah, no problem, man.
How do you like the new setup?
I like it. I look a little bit more sexy than I usually do, so I appreciate it.
I did not know that was possible, my friend.
Listen, you work magic, brother. You work magic.
I guess it is possible. So, yes, we're going to continue this conversation over on your channel.
Yes, sir.
We started it, and yes, we're going to continue it there. So check out the links down below. Check out his channel. Subscribe. You stream on Twitch all the time, and yes, and then we'll be back tomorrow streaming on Twitch with the Valley Club, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video on Marvel Strike Force. Hopefully there's a response, and hopefully it gets a little more player friendly. A lot of the decisions recently been very, very questionable for the overall health of this game. Very, very good for Scopely's profits, but how long is that going to last, guys? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts on it all there in the comments. Are we kind of off with our calculations, or 7.1 and 4.1? What are you thinking? 6 shards per season? I don't know, guys. Let me know your calculations and your thoughts in the comments. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Check out some of my other ones. Check out some of the sponsors, guys, down below. And Goofy, give me that Hulk fist bump. Give me that Hulk fist bump before you go, baby.
Oh,
right here. No, right here. Not
my
bad.
Yeah,
just I'm right here. No,
right here. I'm messing it up. There we go.
Goofy and ValleyFlyin out. I will see you guys next time. Salute, baby.